and thanks for joining us for this edition of the Newsfeed. I'm Kelly Perazzo.
And I'm Rachel Anderson. Radford has made quite a name for itself by reaching the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2009. Although the team didn't get to the next round, it doesn't mean that small-town school isn't getting any national recognition. Newsfeed reporter Melissa Cisneros has more on this story.
After Radford won the Big South Conference, the team started earning attention for the school nationwide. Everyone who was tuning in started to see the small-town school as a possible threat. The school started getting recognized not only for its sports, but also for the character of the team and essentially the student culture at Radford as a whole. Student athletic trainer Abby Arrington, who assisted the first round of the tournament in Pittsburgh, adds on how she sees the basketball team's character representing Radford.
Outside of their team that supports them and helps them get to where they are. So they're very humble individuals, and I think that really reflects on Radford and who we are as a whole university.
The school's visions for the small-town school to grow from 8,000 students to over 10,000 students, but keep the small classroom setting. Assistant volleyball coach Chris Hurdle adds on how the nationwide exposure can make prospect students see more than just the athletic department.
And I think that'll move both for athletics and for academics. They're going to look and say, how's the science department here? And, oh, look, Artist College is really, exploding right now. Or, how's the nursing program doing? Oh man, they pass, almost all of their graduates pass the nursing exams.
Even if students do end up going to Radford for athletics, Hurdle adds that because it is a small school, most students aren't hardworking, knowing that they will have to most likely get a job afterwards. What does the future of the school look like? Time will only tell. This is Melissa Cisneros reporting with the Newsfeed.
Speaking of sports, Virginia Tech's bass fishing team also experienced national success this month. 2018 marks the 10-year anniversary of the bass fishing team at Virginia Tech winning the College Fishing National Championship on the Arkansas River. This year, Hokie Bass has gotten off to a fast start in their quest to the top of the college fishing world. Over spring break, 10 teams from Virginia Tech made the 8.5-hour-long trip to famed Kentucky Lake on the borders of Tennessee and Kentucky. At the end of the two-day competition, anglers Tyler Dixon and Robbie Pryor finished ahead of more than 200 other schools to qualify for the 2018 College Fishing National Championship. The duo had to battle record flooding conditions, swift current, immense winds, and fishing pressure, but it was all worth it in the end.
It's insane. I had no idea we'd actually have a chance, because we just kind of had the mindset of going out there the second day and just having fun and just swinging for the fence, basically. And that's what happened. We connected and just lucked up, I guess you'd say.
The pair, along with the rest of the fishing team, continue to compete in the College Fishing Northern Conference with hopes of qualifying for next year's championship. The date and site of the event will be revealed later in the year. Behind Lane Stadium lies 11 acres of the oldest yet almost unknown part of campus. That part is the old-growth forest named Stadium Woods. If you have ever walked from Center Street to Lane Stadium, you have walked past a rare type of forest that contains trees ranging from 300 to 400 years old. There are less than 1% of old-growth forest left on the East Coast. Despite its rarity, Stadium Woods is not a protected forest. Rebecca Paulson, the executive director of Friends of Stadium Woods, believes that the university could do more to protect it.
Just really would like the university to step up and finally manage it and protect it and, really be good stewards of it.
The forest's integrity was threatened in 2011 by the planned building of the indoor football practice facility. The issue resolved in the building being built elsewhere, but the woods remain permanently unprotected. If you wish to help protect Stadium Woods for future generations, you can go to SaveStadiumWoods.com for more details.
Stadium Woods isn't the only topic that many people feel strongly about. Donald Trump recently tweeted his plans to make teachers carry weapons in classrooms. This topic really hits home to some people in Blacksburg because of the tragedy that struck the town in 2007. What do locals think about allowing teachers to carry and conceal while in front of the classroom? Newsfeed reporter Ellie Matthews has more on the story.
Here in Blacksburg, Virginia, residents do not take weapons lightly. Since the horrible incident in 2007, teachers, professors, and students have been left with their guards up. Now, due to the steady increase of mass school shootings, government officials are suggesting that teachers should carry a weapon in the classroom. I had the privilege to sit down and talk to Allie Bond, an elementary school assistant teacher, about school safety.
I can't speak much to the high school and middle schools, but the elementary school, 100% that I feel safe there, and I feel like the students feel safe there because they have such a good relationship with the Blacksburg Police Department, and he'll come in and periodically check in the classrooms and just say hey to the kids and the teachers. They all really trust him, and I know a lot of children are scared of police, but they really do like him. So I think Blacksburg handles it pretty well, but I think mostly because of the incident that happened here at Virginia Tech, but I think that the schools are very safe.
Many teachers don't feel comfortable carrying weapons, especially around students. Nikki Barney, a Virginia Tech TA, shares her thoughts on having to carry and conceal in the classroom.
So, as a TA at Virginia Tech, I definitely would not feel comfortable with any policy that said that I had to carry a weapon with me in the classroom or anything like that. I think that my job is to help students and not to carry a weapon and defend everyone, especially with the amount of kids in the classroom where any of them could overpower me or anything like that.
As you can see, there's quite the disconnect between government officials and everyday citizens. There will be ongoing debate when it comes to this subject. We can all agree on one thing, though, and that is to have a safe and comfortable environment for students to learn in. This is Ellie Matthews reporting for the newsfeed.
Just ahead on the newsfeed, graduation is quickly approaching for seniors at Virginia Tech, and students are feeling the stress as they look for a job. We'll find out how academic advisors might just be students' saving grace.
And with students to graduate, that means a new class to arrive at Virginia Tech, and high school students are eager to receive their acceptance letters. That story and more after this break.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org. Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back to the newsfeed. I'm Kelly Perazzo.
And I'm Rachel Anderson. Graduation is less than 2 months away, and seniors are frantically looking for jobs. This process can be quite stressful for students because their future depends on it. However, some of the real heroes of the march towards graduation are advisors. Newsfeed reporter Stephen Newman tells us more in this next story.
As graduation inches closer at Virginia Tech, students are scrambling to pin down jobs that they can start once they leave. However, this period can be equally hectic for their advisors, as they guide students towards the finish line and beyond.
There's a lot of things that we're spending time with them, preparing them for graduation, just getting them ready to think about where they're going after they graduate. I'm involved in helping out with writing recommendations for students.
Additionally, many advisors have roles at the ceremony, allowing them to see former students one last time.
A little 10-second chat with them, and when you're up on stage and all the regalia and everything, the big ceremonial part, you don't necessarily have that opportunity. So
these final 2 months of college can undeniably be a difficult time for seniors. However, as long as they've taken all the proper steps along the way and are open to anything, their advisors believe that they can find a job out of college and will do everything they can to help them get to that point.
I think students that are more willing to go to any place, to get a job, they're going to be the ones that get a job quickly.
Draw on those experiences from a class that you took 3 semesters ago, 5 semesters ago. What do I do in visual media? Well, I know how to do that. So maybe it's not my dream job, but it's something that can at least help me get started.
Reporting for the newsfeed, this is Stephen Newman.
This is the time of year high school students find out if they'll make it into the college of their choice. Prospective students from all over the country received letters of acceptance to Virginia Tech on March 5th. The admissions process for the undergraduate admissions office has witnessed some big changes for the incoming class of 2022. Virginia Tech's Office of Undergraduate Admissions has been hard at work since applications began pouring in November. But finally over. The class of 2022 applicants received their letters of acceptance in the mail on March 5th. Now it's the students' turn to make the decision on whether to accept or reject an admissions offer. Each year, Virginia Tech's pool of applicants has increased in numbers, but this year the acceptance rate dipped below 70% for the first time in years.
Last year, a record high of 6,800 freshman students, so we overshot it a little bit. And then this year, coincidentally, we have to go a little bit lower. So we have more applications this year, 32,000, and then we also have a smaller freshman class at 6,200. That kind of perfect storm created us to have one of the most selective years we've had in Virginia Tech history.
The admissions office uses a variety of strategies to predict the number of applications to send out in a given year. Garrett calls the process an art and science, which is based on the trends and data points collected from each state.
Since 1996, the Blacksburg Farmers Market has been a staple attraction for the town. Patrons of the New River Valley benefit from locally grown produce by vendors almost year-round, but what happens in the winter season? Newsfeed reporter Ryan Waltz tells us in this story.
Almost every Saturday and Wednesday morning, you can find the market square filled with participants of the Blacksburg Farmers Market. People of all ages enjoy all that it has to offer.
I've lived here for about 10 years, and we know a lot of the farmers. It's the best food you can buy, organic right off the farm. You know the farmer, you know the quality that they deliver.
Local farmers are able to make some income on their products, but in the winter it isn't as simple. The Green Market, a greenhouse farm in Giles County, has combated that problem.
We have a few greenhouses and grow garden out in the field.
Over the last 27 years, farmers at the Green Market have adapted by using hoop houses year-round.
We have 2 that are heated. We use oil to heat them, oil furnace, and yeah, just hope it doesn't get too cold and keep the oil burning. But in the daytime, I mean, if it's sunny, if it's 10 degrees outside and the sun's out, it'll be 90 degrees in the greenhouse.
The Green Market is one of the largest independent nurseries in the New River Valley. Located just off of Route 460, it will be open to the public April 15th for people to come and enjoy everything that it has to offer all year long. For the Newsfeed, this is Ryan Waltz.
Thanks, Ryan. Well, that will wrap up this edition of the Newsfeed. If you have a story idea for the Newsfeed, let us know. Send us an email at thenewsfeednrv@gmail.com. And as always, you can also connect with the Newsfeed on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for watching. I'm Kelly Perazzo.
And I'm Rachel Anderson.